Welcome back, land lookers, land seekers, land buyers, off-roaders, you name it. Homesteaders, off-gridders. Welcome back, America, and more. Today we're going to look at California, another one of my favorite states. I've driven all over the place, so we're going to go down to select state. We're going to go to California. Now we have cheap, affordable homestead land, off-grid land. We have stuff with power, and we have some lots with full utilities that are build ready, perfect for the retirement crew, close to a course. So I expect in the future we'll have more Southern California land. It's a hot area. We generally deal with the desert. Hot meaning that's in high demand. We are currently sold out of it, but keep checking the website because I do expect us to get more in the future down there. So right now we just have mainly stuff up north, but lucky for everybody, Northern California is one of those areas that not many people go to and they are missing out. Area is gorgeous. So we're going to start off with Siskiyou County, California. Siskiyou County is wild, rugged, has everything you need. It has mountains, forests, volcanoes, obviously with Mount Shasta, rivers, lakes, everything you need. So we're going to start here. This is one of my favorite lots. I'm kind of surprised it's still available. This is in the shadow of Mount Shasta itself. As you can tell right here, here's some drone footage you can take a look at. I'm going to speed it up a little. Here we go. So there's Mount Shasta. The lot is at more or less the base. It's pretty much in the foothills of this particular property. I mean, how would that be to wake up to every single morning? Can't say I would complain. You'd have to clear some of these trees to get those views, but great dirt roads to the property. They are maintained by the association. There's a clearing in the middle of that lot. So take a look at this property. You can't beat it. You got Mud Creek and some other creeks very close to it for some good fishing, good hunting in the area. As always, you can go drive and see any of these parcels when you like. This particular lot is being offered at $44,990. Easy access to the mountain. Taxes are extremely affordable at $411.16 a year. HOA is only $500 a year. The HOA mainly maintains the roads, but make sure to check with the CCNRs before you buy to make sure it's going to work for you. Now, I'm going to go to satellite view and I'm just going to show you how close you are to Mount Shasta. Boom, right there. You also have a ski area not too far away. I have not skied there. It's been on my list. I would assume that you do not get many lines at the Mount Shasta ski park. Not going to be super crowded. I mean, your main places that you're competing with are Mount Shasta and McLeod, both tiny, wonderful towns. You do have McLeod Falls, which are gorgeous, and you have all this wilderness to go check out. So Mount Shasta itself is a very magical place. I've done different YouTube channels about how it's mystical. Some people believe that there is a race of giants or an ancient civilization that to this day still lives within the mountain called the Lemurians. If you don't know about it or have not heard about it, do a quick Google search and it is extremely fascinating. This is one of our nicest lots. We've only had 2 lots in this area. The other one is sold and has been sold for a long time. I expect this one to go quickly. So going back to other beautiful spots in Siskiyou County, another very affordable property that would be perfect for retirees or with the idea of building a house in a nice retirement community with paved roads is here in the Lake Shastina area. Now, this area also has beautiful views of Mount Shasta and the surrounding areas, and you got a private lake. As you can see, paved road access. There is sewer, water, and power to these properties, as well as phone. Now, this is going to be for newer modular manufactured homes, the ones that look like stick-built or traditional stick-built homes. Tremendous views. Imagine waking up and having coffee to that, or just sitting out on the back porch, spitting on the ground, drinking a coldie, looking at that view every single day. I'm from the Northwest, so there's something true to my heart about mountains. I grew up with the view of Mount Rainier. I was very lucky in my life, and Mount Shasta is probably second on my list of cool-looking mountains outside of Mount Rainier. I'm a little biased. So check out this property. They do allow boats on this lake, not anything big. I think it's nothing more than 4 or 5 horsepower tops, which is good. So there's no wake. You can kayak, paddleboard, do all the fun stuff. As you can tell, paved road access, and you are only, here's the lake. This is probably during a drought year. This will fill in if there is a lot of water. Just keep that in mind, which we expect to have this year because it is going to be an El Nino. So this is a wonderful property. It's a 1/4 acre, build ready. So if you're looking to retire, it's got everything you need. Now let's go shift to a different area of Siskiyou County that I also think is very beautiful. This used to be a lakefront lot. This is now Klamath River. You can see in the video here. So I believe the Bureau of Land Reclamation, the feds, and the state all together removed the dam that had this be a lake. This is now the Klamath River. There is whitewater rafting, fishing. The salmon are coming back slowly but surely. Kayaking, just more river life than reservoir life. So paved road access, power. This is a more expensive property because of that proximity to the river. Beautiful oak trees here. The views are amazing, like every other property in Siskiyou. There that is. Once again, this is a river. Now this is going to be stick-built homes. Mobiles might be allowed in this area. I would need to double check. It's being offered at $69,900. It's a 1/2 acre, and you have no one can build in front of you because it's a river now. So I highly recommend driving out to see that property. And last on the list of Siskiyou, before we move on to Alturas, I want to go to another beautiful area here, which is going to be, no, not that one. Let's go this one. Near Hornbrook. So once again, this is now a river, the Klamath River. It's no longer a reservoir, even better for fishing. The roads are county maintained. You got peekaboo views of Mount Shasta. I mean, the pictures speak for itself. Great lot. Now, this area is very affordable. This is going to be 2.5 acres. Also very affordable. Yearly taxes are dang near nothing. It's less than the cost of a gallon of gas in this crazy state. And HOA is very affordable as well. As always, you can play with our payment calculator, 2010-402. Keep in mind there is no prepayment penalty. Everyone qualifies and you can use the land while you're making payments. Just follow all local rules and regulations. So that sums up Siskiyou County. Now we're going to go to another favorite of mine, which is just due east, rich in history, especially Native American history with the Modoc tribe, who were very feared. And I believe some of the last holdouts against the U.S. expansion west. Now, I don't know how people feel about history, but I like to learn from it. I was a history major myself. So let's take a look. Here is a great property. There is no HOA on this property. It's county maintained road. You have power and phone right here. Nice level property. Well and septic would need to be installed to build. You could use it as a temporary camping lot. Do not camp for more than 14 days. Double check that I am right on that. Mobile homes are going to be allowed. You got the railroad right here. I do not know if that still runs, but still kind of cool. Little stand by me moment there. You also got Taylor Creek for fishing and Taylor Creek Reservoir right there for fishing. This is as close as you're going to get to not needing to do a lot of dirt work based on how flat it is. It is 1 acre. And you have all this wilderness to explore, all of it. So keep that in mind. You're close to the town of Bieber and Fall River Mills, and probably the biggest town would be Alturas over here. The Pitt River does run around here. I have never fished the Pitt River. I assume it has like what we have everywhere in the West, rainbow cutthroat, and probably some brown trout. Maybe not brown. Great area, cheap, affordable, only $99 down. Got the plat map. As always, you can go check these things out. If you ever have a questions, just submit one here. Fill out the information, comes direct to me, the landman. I will do my best to answer any questions you have. So that is one great area of Modoc County. We can go up here And if you look north of Modoc, we have these lots in the Modoc Recreational Estates. Now, this area does allow for recreational use of property, mobile homes, or building a house. These roads are in good shape. They are maintained by the HOA. People do live in this area. These are juniper pine trees. They are not native, so if you want to remove them, you can. They were brought in by the settlers a long, long time ago. It's going to be 1.5 acres for only $15,900, only $350 down, unheard of, especially with no credit check, no prepayment penalty, and you can use the property while you're making payments. I highly recommend just driving up to check these things out because it's a place of California that not a lot of people go to. I'm fortunate in my job, I get to see areas that people usually do not get to see. Instead, they go to LA and San Diego or San Francisco or Denver or wherever. I prefer being out in the boonies myself. People bother me, especially big cities. So it's much easier just to be out in the boonies. Now, the last county we're going to talk about here is going to be Lassen County, which is about a few hours outside of Reno, 2.5 hours outside of Reno. This area has more lakes. You have Eagle Lake, which is pretty. Lake Almanor, also pretty. Honey Lake. Let me bring up a picture of Eagle Lake. It's a very famous lake here in California. You can see some images for yourself. I mean, who doesn't like that? Looks like the Alps. Fool me and think I was in Europe. So anyways, we have Eagle Lake. Now, we have 20-acre properties for sale. Oh, this is a unique property. It's a railroad easement, so you could just access the railroad and drive it. The railroad no longer works, but you could get on this lot and just take your bike or motorcycle all the way down the railroad because that railroad does not run anymore. So that's going to be one of our lots in Lassen. Another great property in Lassen are these 20-acre properties we have. Nice level properties. Here's a better one. Great roads, level, views in all directions, mobile homes allowed, stick built allowed, new manufactured allowed, great for camping on the weekends. Really good night sky. Total seclusion. Nobody's going to bother you out here. And nice and level as well, which is fun. Now, 20 acres is about the size of 20 football fields, so keep that in mind. A very large property, tons of room to roam. Put the kids over here, put your mother-in-law over here, put your other mother-in-law over here. I don't know how many mother-in-laws you have, but just put them at the corners. You can hang out in the middle. Or if you're a woman buying, put your father-in-law here or your mother-in-law here and put your husband here and the kids here. 20 acres is a lot of land to enjoy. This area is also very beautiful. Lots to do. Lots of wildlife, birds, mule deer, antelope, I believe, are up in this area. I thought I read in the news that there are wolf packs. Now, I don't see wolf packs crossing these plains because wolves are still very scared of humans. You have Susanville would be the biggest town, which is not a big town. That is where Driscolley Farms does a lot of their berries. It is quaint, nice, beautiful, but that is probably where I'd go for supplies. And it's easy access down to Reno for everything else you need, or you can cross over into Red Bluff, which is much bigger, or Redding. But those are our counties in California. I think they're some of the prettiest counties in California that are still very affordable, accessible for the common man. You don't need to be Oprah to buy these properties. So go to landlimited.com.